Good morning to you from us all at Heligan on Remembrance Sunday 2020. For a good portion of this year, nature re-embraced an almost completely deserted garden, and it was uncertain whether any of us would be here at all by now. I'm sitting at the Northern Summerhouse, contemplating the early morning view over St Austell Bay, beside our intimate reminder of lost gardener Seaman Charles Dyer. The poignant history of his demise after he disappeared from Naval Hospital in 1918 was featured on national radio on the centenary of the outbreak of World War I. The story of reunited wedding rings. How deeply this extraordinary place and its people have been involved in the mood and momentum of international events, but always on a personal level. For many years, we at Heligan have stopped to remember wherever we stood at 11 a.m. on Remembrance Sunday. In 2013, the old Thunderbox room was registered for posterity by the Imperial War Museum as a living memorial. It is there very specifically at the heart of the old working gardens that we have since gathered together for remembrance. Between 2014 and 2018, we did our best with your support to honour the individual sacrifices of all Heligan's lost gardeners. We have shared a non-military, non-religious ceremony under autumn skies, while the rooks squawk in the old oak tree above the Thunderbox room and our hearts hover with loved ones lost, known and unknown. Last year, we were joined by several hundred people outside our living memorial, having emerged from an extended reflection on World War I to focus very much on hopes for a kinder, more peaceful future expressed by the younger generation. But who could have guessed that life as we know it would continue to reflect the events of a century ago, with COVID-19 subsequently echoing the worldwide devastation caused by Spanish flu. On account of this, sadly, this Remembrance Sunday, we shall have to break with our well-established, shared tradition. Heligan was closed this year from the final week in March, and the whole team suddenly sent home. Myself and most of my colleagues remained on furlough throughout the season and have only started to return over the course of the past few weeks. Meanwhile, throughout the spring and into summer, the gardens here slipped gradually into a gentle slumber, like an uncanny echo from the past. Carpets of petals covered the paths as the woodlands burst into new leaf and the mighty exotics emerged from the jungle floor. And all our exciting plans for a year-long celebration of the Heligan 30th anniversary were put on hold. Nature genuinely began to embrace the gardens once more. The layers of untampered natural beauty contrasted cruelly with the challenging experiences so many were having in the world beyond these boundaries. Our MD, George Elworthy, masterminded the safe return of visitors during the summer, with a wonderful, brave and inventive Heligan core team supporting him. Familiar local friends almost collapsed with relief at being able to visit again, imbibing the real experience of a garden deserted by its gardeners, and the fabled healing power of Heligan. Very much reflecting the fabulous community spirit of our surrounding parishes through this period, Heligan itself has also been able to find a way of giving back. Our friend Ken Radford and his colleagues at the local charity People and Gardens had their workplace at Eden's Watering Lane Nursery closed down in March, and George offered our deserted productive gardens at Heligan as an outdoor space to cultivate crops for their veg bag scheme. Some of Heligan's own wonderful team volunteered to produce the crops, which have been distributed locally and regularly to vulnerable families throughout lockdown and beyond, and back in. We know also that our friends and neighbours locally acted on a similar desire to ensure that those least able to look after themselves have not been forgotten. What a wonderful community to be a part of. Now, more than ever in the past 30 years, Heligan has a core purpose to serve. During the first decade of restoration, driven by John and Tim, we were able to reclaim the ground and rebuild its historic garden structures, returning them to full horticultural function, creating permanent jobs for local people and delivering an experience for our visitors that echoed a past life they treasured only as a distant memory. During our second decade, Peter Stafford looked beyond, restoring the various beautiful habitats of the Heligan estate to good heart, to support wildlife and offer safe space to explore. Over the past 10 years, George Elworthy put environmental good practice at the top of our agenda. In addition, he has not only supported the garden and estate teams and Tim in finally realising his dream to set up a rare breeds park, but he has also focused on finding ways of offering a warm Heligan welcome and hospitality, as well as a therapeutic outdoor experience, across the generations and varieties of need, whatever the weather, whatever the time of year, whatever the situation. And so today, as ever, that is what we intend to do. However, Heligan Remembrance in November 2020 will be as no other. There will be no focus for the gathering of hearts and souls outside our living memorial in the Melon Yard at 11, though you are welcome to pass through in your own time during your visit. No Big Ben or last post bugler. When the moment arrives, we shall all stop wherever we have each specifically chosen to be, your own favoured individual healing space, anywhere across the gardens and estate here. We must ask you please today, before you set out, to use our routine online booking system, which is designed to stagger arrivals for everyone's safety. Alternatively, you can book by phoning reception. We shall be offering every visitor a white flower on arrival to lay where you choose to remember, and we look forward to welcoming you.